my previous video about youth staff, we've learned about the different basic qualifications of a youth counselor or a youth staff on board. If you haven't watched it yet, I'll just leave the link down in the description box below, or just click this one on top. This is part 2, a continuation from my previous video. Hi again, this is Mary Behera. I'm your youth counselor on board, and I'm sharing to you some tips about the application process of a youth counselor or youth staff. Now, once you have written your resume, submitted to many agencies, to the company that you would love to join, well, it's time for you to wait. I know it could be very frustrating to wait, but please be patient. This is how cruise line application works. You need to wait. Just to let you know, in my experience, the whole process until I received the offer letter lasted 2 or 3 months. And it took another 2 to 3 months before I get on board. So all in all, the whole process took estimated 6 to 7 months. So that is so long for a normal application process. But it is what it is. It's like what they said, success comes to those who wait. I applied last 2017 in a company, which is the company I am working right now, and I applied another company as well. At that time I was still in Spain, and I didn't have Seaman's book or any trainings for seafarers, and haven't heard from any of the many agencies I applied for almost a year. Then I had my vacation in 2018 in the Philippines, and my dream company was hiring. So they were having an open house, so I went there. I applied personally, but unfortunately I wasn't accepted because I don't have US visa or C1D visa at that time, and they were hiring urgently, and they only need 10 youth counselors or youth staffs. Unfortunately, I wasn't accepted that time, but it didn't stop me from applying again. A couple of weeks ago, a friend contacted me who was also working on the same company where I'm working now. She told me that they were hiring, so I applied again. After a week or 2, they contacted me and scheduled me for initial interview. My initial interview was scheduled a day after that call. And that time, actually, I was taking my basic training. So on that day, I need to ask permission to my instructor that I need to leave for an interview. Actually, one more advice is that before the company calls you for an interview, you need to be prepared all the time. Or read about the company you're applying for, because they might call you for an immediate interview. So basically, on my initial interview, it was quick, just 5 to 10 minutes top. It's just personal questions, asking about myself, asking questions like, are you willing to work on a ship and stay there for a couple months without seeing your family? To skip Christmas or New Year? What languages do I speak? And also they just asked me if I'm familiar with the position I am applying for. What is youth counselor? They also asked you about the working experience you have. So basically, those are the questions that I have to remember. During that interview, you will already know if you have passed the initial interview because they will schedule you for the next one. So for my second interview, I was again scheduled the day after that interview. It's afternoon, and someone from the office interviewed me. It was just more about the youth counselor. So basically, initial and second interview almost the same. It is just additional orientation from them, but most of the time they orient you for your final interview in case you will be scheduled. So they give you idea for your final interview. They sent me a letter, a document indicating the goals, the responsibility, including the salary. And lastly, I waited like a week for my final interview, and before that happens, I read a lot of things about the company that I'm working right now. So I read. So I studied well about the company, learning about youth counselor and the department they belong to, learning about the program. So I studied, and on my final interview, so I aced it. They just asked me 5 questions, I guess. I cannot remember everything. Actually, I forgot to mention the first and second interview was happened online in Skype. And the final interview was like in a sort of application. I forgot the name of the application, but the one who interviewed me was a manager, youth manager from one of our ships. So she just asked me a few things like, what do I know about the company? What do I know about the program? What are the activities I can give to different age groups? So I gave some examples, and I can't remember the other questions, but yes, it's basically about the company that you're applying for. Do your research and sell yourself, and be confident during the interview process. So guys, it is always helpful to answer each question with enthusiasm. So of course, they are smart, the interviewers are smart. They can feel it, how you answer each question. If you're nervous or whatever, be yourself, just relax and ease that interview. After that, I waited for a month. Actually, that time I was applying for another job, just land-based job, while waiting for their email. And believe it or not, on that land-based job, I was on my final interview as well, 5 minutes before my interview with a general manager. Like, before my turn, I received that golden letter. I received the offer letter to work on a cruise ship. So I was so happy that time that I'm okay to go and I don't care about the land-based job that I'm applying. So after I received the offer letter, I got the access online to comply my documents and so on and so forth. The process continues. So that is it for this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you're now okay and understand the waiting process, the application process. I hope you don't feel alone, because I did wait as well. So I did wait for my turn, and my turn has already arrived. I'm now working on a cruise ship for almost 2 years. Just wait, keep on applying, never give up till you find yourself landed on the job you've been dreaming for. If you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And also share this video to someone who wants to work on a cruise ship as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Mary, your Pinay Pihera, and as always, adios!